Good day, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to today's edition on Technical Sundays. So, I'll be teaching you about technical analysis and how to go about it. Now, before we continue, I would like to let you know that there are two ways. There are two ways of learning trading forex. The first one is fundamental analysis, and the other one is technical analysis. Now, fundamental analysis is the trading with news. For you to trade at fundamental analysis, you use news to trade it. The trading with news, while this one is charts. Then technical analysis is the use of charts, trend lines, and the rest. The use of trend lines and the rest. Now, but I'll be focusing only on technical analysis. I'll be focusing only on technical analysis. The reason is that most traders prefer using technical analysis than fundamental analysis. So, without further ado, let's go into technical analysis. Technical analysis. Now, under technical analysis, there are three. Technical analysis is just use of charts, it's just use of lines to understand the direction of the market. Now, for you to go into fundamental technical analysis, there are three things you need to know about a technical analysis: that the market moves in three directions. Number one, the market moves upward. The market moves upward. Then number two, it moves sideways. Then three, the market moves downtrend, like some people will call it uptrend, downtrend, and a side trend. Side trade and downtrend. Now, the three trends are different. Now, for the uptrend, this is how it is. It looks something like this. Then for the downtrend, it looks something like, from the side trend, it looks something like this. Then for the downtrend, something like this. Now, these are the three forms of trend. This is your number one trend: the side, the up, and the downtrend. The side trend, the uptrend, and the downtrend. Now, for you to know how to trade with this, you need to know how to identify these trends. And for you to know how to identify this trend, there are what we call support, demand, support and resistance, and trend lines. Support and resistance, trend lines are tools that can be used. They're just in the system, but there are tools that you use to know what you need to do. Now, there are other informations that are needed, other vital informations, other information on TA, which is support and demand. Sorry, don't know why I keep calling support and demand. Support and resistance. Support and resistance. Support and resistance, trend line, then breakout and retest. Now, for you to go further on technical analysis, you must master these three information, these three items, because they are used more frequently when you are explaining trading, when you are trading forex, especially using fundamental analysis, because you will see trend lines a lot, you hear a lot about support and resistance, and you also hear a lot about breakouts and retest. So from here now, what is the support and resistance about? Now, the support is the top of the building, is the top of the chart. The support is the top of the chart. Let's say, for instance, I have something like this as my chart. Here is the support, then here is the resistance. Here is the support, then here is the resistance. Oh, sorry, this is not. Here is the resistance. Resistance is the point, it's like the roof of the house where the building can no longer go above. Here is the resistance, then here is the support. Then, after knowing this, you also need to know that the market moves like this, moves like this, moves like this, moves like this, moves like this. This is for the consolidation or the side trend. Now, if it's moving in this form, whenever it gets to this top, it comes down to this point. So this point here is the resistance, then this point here is the support. The market cannot go above your Y, because this is the top of the house, just like a building, for instance. Now, when you are in your building, when you throw a ball up, it cannot go beyond your roof, your ceiling. It must go down. It must come down. So the roof of your house is your support, then the bottom is your resistance, then the bottom of your house is your support. Whatever goes down cannot go below the floor. So that's how the market is. It fluctuates either to the top or to the side. Either it's moving sideways, moving upwards, or it's moving downward. These are the rules that you need to know about it. Then there's another thing you also need to know. You see these lines we draw across, these lines here, they are called your trend lines. These are your trend line. These are what? Your trend lines. These lines we draw across, they're still the same as this one here. They call them trend line. Then what is the breakout and retest? I'm going to permit me to use another table to do your breakout and retest. So for your breakout and retest, what is the breakout and retest about? These are the breakout and the retest looks like. breakout and retest. This is how it looks like. Something like this. Don't know why this thing is not writing. So this is your breakout and retest. It goes out like this, then it breaks out, then it comes to do a retest, then it comes down. So this is how your breakout and retest is. These points here is called your retest. Then this point here is called your breakout. So it's called your breakout. So whenever the market breaks above your current price or your trend line, it's called your breakout and retest. Remember I said that these are your trend lines. This line here and this line here, they're your trend lines. So whenever it breaks below its support or a previous resistance, it's called a breakout. So think with that out, we've come to the end of today's edition on Technical Sundays. We're going to be going in our next class, so I'm going to be giving you more info on how you can use this to analyze your trade properly and trade properly as well. So thank you very much and have a nice day.